Well, hi everyone. Welcome to the New England Racing Show, Manchester, New Hampshire, Channel 23. We're also on YouTube, and like us on Facebook, you'll get the show on your Facebook page every week. Well, this is our last series of interviews from Racers Expo down in Marlborough, Mass. Back on February 7th. They had several interviews, about 16 of them, in the media room, and I was lucky enough to sit there and tape them all day. Today we have our last set. We have husband and wife Erica Santos and Woody Pitkat, our first interview, and they go back and forth about who's the better driver. I'm not going to get involved in that. And then we have Alex Bright, driver, ex-quarter midget driver, I believe, raced in ARDC, Dirt Midgets, Power I, another Dirt Midget series, National Midgets, and he got fourth place in the A-Main in last year's Chili Bowl, which is an unbelievable accomplishment. I think it was his first Chili Bowl. And then our third interview is Matt Seymour. His dad, Bobby Seymour, is the Race Depot lifelong racer. Now he supplies parts for all the midget racers. And Matt is pretty much the crew chief now on Bobby's cars. Bobby races Dirt Midget Association, Power I, and Pavement Midgets. So we'll have those three interviews for you. We'll start with Erica and Woody.
For 2015, and a big part of Racers Expo every year is the kart clash at F1 Boston. And tonight, the special attraction of the kart clash is going to be a special match race with a couple of people who normally aren't in competition with each other, but they will be tonight. To my right, Erica Santos. To my left, Woody Pitkat. And they're in a lot of driving experience, obviously, between these two, but they're in their special match race tonight. Now, I'm going to start with Erica first. You had a pretty good career in open wheel racing, and not doing a lot of that these days.
No, I enjoyed racing for a lot of years, and unfortunately my career kind of came to an end a few years ago. I decided to go back to school and to focus on work, and I do miss racing very much, but I'm still involved. I still go and support Woody and my brother Bobby, obviously, so it's still a huge part of my life. I'm just not doing it anymore, unfortunately.
I think when you grow up with it, you can't get away from it, right?
That's true.
Yeah. And, of course, Woody is the complete opposite, one of the busiest guys in racing. You find him running at different tracks, of course, different series, different events, and same plans for 2015?
Yeah, it seems like every year I say to myself I'm going to slow down, and it seems like I'm either getting more or doing the same. But hopefully one of these years, not hopefully, but one of these years I will have to slow down. But I'm doing the same thing on the tour with the 88, the Buzz Shoe guys. They're an awesome bunch of people. I'll be doing that, and we're going to run pretty much as many MRS races as we can. I got a ride towards the end of the year there with those guys there with the 42, and then same deal at Stafford with the SK. And then I just put together something at Thompson. I was driving for Jimmy Page, but he wanted to do a couple different things. So I ended up getting together with Stan Mertz. So we're going to definitely be busy like normal and just push as hard as we can to do the best we can.
Well, you had I'd have to rule it excellent 2015. 14, what was the highlight for you?
Yeah, definitely to get my first win on the tour and to do it at Stafford, my home track that I've grown up going to and racing was a huge accomplishment that I've always wanted to do. Always wanted to win on the tour. I had 2 poles throughout the year, which was cool at Thompson, and then to win at Loudon, that was pretty big. To go there and win, I know it's pretty special for me, and I think Erica got pretty lucky because she had her brother win in July, and then me win in September, so she got to blast and get the glory of going to victory lane twice there. So that was pretty cool, and hopefully we can just be a little bit more consistent this year. We had a couple DNFs in the summer that kind of hurt our championship run, but if we can weed them out and run like we did, then I think we'll be good.
What's the more fun car to drive?
They're all fun. I mean, I guess it depends on what track you go to. I like, obviously, the Tour because you get to go to other tracks. You know, the Bristol and Loudon is like no other. You know, we used to go to Concord Motorsports Park at the end of the year in North Carolina with the SK. That was always fun. And obviously running weekly at your home track is always fun. Stafford is a unique place that if you can pretty much figure that place out, you can pretty much go anywhere, I believe. And then Thompson, obviously. But I'd have to say running the Tour and going around from track to track, and even this past year running the MRS and doing a couple other tracks was pretty cool. So.
Well, you're going to keep busy, and Erica, you'll be obviously at all the races, right?
Yeah, I usually make it to just about all of them all year.
Wouldn't miss it, I'm sure. Well, let's talk about tonight, because you guys, is this going to be the first time you've actually raced against each other?
No. We had actually kind of...
I mean, besides shopping carts, you know, down the frozen food aisle or whatever.
We raced against each other once before, and it almost ended up in a really bad breakup. So I hope tonight is not a repeat of that.
Want to tell a little bit about that story?
It was probably 4 years ago now. He was racing 4 or 5 years ago, and he was racing my dad's Midget. He'd always wanted to try a Midget. So my dad let him race his car, and then I was racing for Ed Bro, and we had an engine problem, and my motor blew up, and that had been, you know, I'd been racing for points. That'd been my full-time thing, and he didn't want to give up his ride in my dad's car, and it ended up in a big fight.
Does that story sound accurate, Woody?
Not the full thing.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
If she would have been able to just say, hey, I'm driving the car and you're out of the ride, but obviously with her racing with her brother and her brother being family, he would have just done that. And me, being greedy because I've never driven the Midget before, I still wanted to do it. And if she would have came over and said, listen, we're having motor problems, I'm taking the car and you're done, then I would have understood. But I probably should have offered it and I didn't. So she's pretty close, but I still think that there's, you know, my side too.
Still some bad feelings there, so we probably don't want to talk too much more about that.
All right, yeah, we won't bring that up.
There was the trip on the Mass Pike and the ticket and the toll and all that good stuff. So,
all right, well, a little secret into the life of Erica Santos and Woody Pitkat, but they've patched things up enough to make it down the aisle. So we know that bad night didn't carry on forever. But let's go talk about tonight and the fact that yes, you're competing against each other again, and this time in the karts at F1. Have you run there?
I have. It's been years since I've been there, but I'm not really worried about him as far as any competition.
All right. So you think that if they start you side by side, you can get it done?
I know I can.
You got a rebuttal of that?
well, her father don't own this car, so it's she ain't getting this ride. So it's either pretty much bring home the steering wheel or checkers or wreckers, pretty much. So.
What's the strategy? Get out front and stay there?
Sure.
What do you think? Can you put her a lap down?
Probably not. At the end of the day, she's probably going to beat me, but she should. She's like 80 pounds lighter than I am, so.
That makes a difference in those
I
cars.
haven't raced as much as you have. I'm very rusty.
There you go.
It's a go-kart. You raced there with your brother like every weekend when you guys were younger.
So how's this going? How's this going to play out? Regardless of who wins, you get the family bragging rights.
Yeah, I'll make him buy me dinner if I win.
What's that?
Going to buy you dinner.
She's going to buy me dinner?
No, you have to buy her dinner if you win.
Okay.
Or if she wins. Yeah. So you got to buy dinner regardless.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that.
Okay, if me and Daddy win, then we pay her, and if she wins, she pays us.
That's how it works. All right. Well, the team manager has spoken, so we know what the deal is tonight. I think the bottom line is to have fun, right?
Absolutely. I'm excited to race again. I haven't raced in a while, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Been a while since you've had that helmet out of the bag.
It's been a really long time. I found an old pair of sneakers, actually, that I didn't know I had for like 2 years, stuck in the bottom of my racing bag.
All right. Well, see, it all serves a purpose, and you'll have fun tonight.
Yeah, definitely. When
We will.
we went on vacation last week and we did an excursion, and I let her pick her own four-wheeler because I figured she hadn't been, behind the wheel of anything in a while. So if she's got any rush, she got it out then.
How did that go?
We didn't take the insurance and right away I rear-ended him. But good thing we didn't do any damage.
Well, at the very least, you'll have some fun.
Yes, definitely. It's all, for a good cause and for good fun. So that's what we're here to do, is have some fun.
Well, good luck tonight, and may the best driver win. I guess it's a match race, and somebody will win the bragging rights for the next year.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it.
Erica, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Of course, thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And Woody, good luck tonight, and good luck for all of 2015.
Thank you very much, and thanks for costing me a dinner tonight.
That's right. Yeah. At Racers Expo 2015 here in Marlborough, Massachusetts, and we always like to grab some of the up-and-comers out of the crowd. We've got all kinds of drivers that come by here, and this guy is, I don't know whether to call him an up-and-comer because he's already made a name for himself, and he is really opening some eyes, and you'll find out why when we talk to Alex Bright from Pennsylvania. Welcome to Racers Expo.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A little bit of a background: quarter midgets, micros, then of course running full midgets, midgets on dirt, which is what he's been doing mostly with ARDC, Power Eye, and USAC, and this is a guy that also has some very good experience at the very famous Chili Bowl last year, a fourth-place finish.
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm still getting congratulations for that, and it's already 2015. But, yeah, this 2015, we didn't have such a great year, but 2014, we were set up. We had the car we were running all year, and my crew chief, the whole week, Tuesday night for the prelim and Saturday, we were perfect. And it's crazy to be running with such big name guys. And I passed like Sammy Swindell like he was sitting still, but at the same time he was holding me up for a long time. So, but now to finish fourth behind Brian Clausen, Kevin Swindell, and Chris Bell, I mean, that was a really good run. And it does take a lot of luck to get in, but once you're in, it does take skill to keep up with them guys, and that's exactly what I did.
Well, a lot of people went away from that race knowing who Alex Bright is.
Definitely. I think that put my name on the map, but still not done putting my name out there.
Well, let's talk about upcoming and the ride that you have for 2015. You're with a pretty good team.
Yeah, Shane Meal with the Great Clips team with Levi Jones as my crew chief. I couldn't ask for anything better, but I'm excited to be working with them and excited for this year, and I think we're going to have a great year.
When's the year actually get underway?
We're going to start in April. There's some races, 2 races before that in March, but that's still pending, so I'll have my schedule out soon. But, I have some races before that down in Florida and Australia also.
Yeah, I noticed on the notes something about Australia, and I didn't know whether that's where you were going on vacation or you're going to race.
Oh, it's definitely a vacation, but no, going down to race the Australian national title. I've ran it the past 2 years. In 2013, I got 4th, and that was my first time down there. 2014, in a different car, I got 2nd. And 2015, I'm in a different car, and hopefully I can get first this year.
Wow, that'd be great. How's the racing different in Australia? They go the opposite way, don't they? Or no, do they?
Well, some classes.
I was going to say, I race from Australia, and they're going the other way. But how does it differ to what we're used to up here?
It doesn't. It's minus the snow and the cold weather right now. It's warm down there, but it's same racing. The quality, the drivers, the teams, they're all just as good down there as they are up here.
So the background of you and getting all into this, it's been a family thing?
Yes. Mom and Dad got me and my brother started when I was 5 years old, and then my brother started when he was 5, and he's only a year behind me. Then we both raced up through micros, and then that's when it got a little bit more expensive. So then my grandfather took me over, and my dad stayed with my brother, and we were always rivals, even though what team, if we were on the same team or different. But it made it fun, and I think it worked out better when we split up because we had more time to work on our own equipment, and I'll even get to run against my brother again this year, even though I'm not in a family-owned car, but I still get to run against him.
So what's your preference, pavement or dirt?
Dirt's more fun, I think, but I haven't ran too many pavement races, and I'm definitely me and Bobby Seymour were talking about this, and I might run a pavement midget race this year, a NEMA race. So we're gonna work that out and see what happens. But I don't want to say yet, but I'll let you know at the end of the year what's more fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the best part would be that even if there isn't a comparison when it comes to fun, the experience is important. Particularly if you're going to be moving on, you want to get that. You've already got the dirt experience. You want to get that pavement experience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's different driving styles, obviously, for dirt and pavement, and I don't think I've perfected pavement. I mean, the only experience I really have is in the quarter midget days. But I know that's some of the stuff does transfer over to dirt, and that's helped me, and I'm sure some of the dirt stuff will transfer over to pavement.
Well, if you end up running up this way, you'll the fans in the Northeast will be able to actually see you run. And listen, when you're in a race car that Matt Seymour turns the wrenches, I think you can go pretty fast.
Definitely. If we weren't in victory lane the first time I'd come up here, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you, and best of luck in Florida and Australia, but more importantly, with the new team when the season officially gets underway.
Thank you. And, again, looking forward to this year racing with Great Clips team.
Yeah, that'll be great, and thanks for coming to the show. And again, we look for. I hope that works out, that you get some rides with Bobby and Matt, and we get to see you actually run up here in the Northeast.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm excited. So we'll see what happens once I get my schedule out.
Cool. Alex Bright, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Racers Expo 2015 in Marlborough, Massachusetts, and we're talking to one of the key members of the staff here at the Expo, but not so much to talk about the show, but to talk about how he got to where he is in his racing career, and that's Matt Seymour, who people who go to the track these days know that he's turning the wrenches on the Seymour entries, which are winning a lot of races, and that's what I wanted to find out about you. You're a high school student during the week and going to the racetrack on the weekend, but probably spending a lot of time at the shop when you're not doing homework.
Oh yeah, probably spending a little bit too much time at the shop than what I'm doing at school, but it's tough, and I don't know, I like it, and we started probably 4 or 5 years ago with Anthony Nocella, just running the NEMA Light series, and just had some success with that, and just been moving forward ever since.
You started out, or at least at the beginning, we'll go back to the beginning of the career, you were a pretty good quarter midget driver.
I don't know about that. We just we did that for probably 4 or 5 years and decided it was time to move on and start doing other things, and I don't think we've looked back since.
A midget is something that takes, first of all, a lot of finesse to drive, but a lot of finesse to maintain and get the car prepped and ready and make the adjustments at the racetrack. There are engineers that spend time trying to get these cars right, and you dive right into the thing and seem to hit the setup.
Yeah, we've got pretty lucky so far, and I don't think people understand how much goes into these cars, but I think that's just as much fun as driving them, as being able to make those decisions and those changes that perhaps win the race. And I don't know, just kind of like what I like more than driving them.
Can you tell by watching a car in practice what you're probably going to have to do when he comes back in?
For the most part, that's kind of the key to the whole deal, is being able to talk to the driver and watch the cars and being able to work with such good drivers like Alex and Anthony and Matt Swanson and Bobby Santos, all those guys, being able to work with them, and they can tell you so much and you can learn from them more than, so you can make better changes to the car.
And this is a lot, I'm going to call it self-taught, because, you've watched your father and the crew work on these cars, and you just kind of observed and took in all that information.
Yeah, I've learned so much from my father, and he just makes me learn different things at a time. So just learn the tires and learn all shocks and springs and all different changes to the car. And it seems like every year I learn more, and there's more changes I can do, and I think it helps.
Do you ever say to him, or should I say, do you ever disagree with him and say, "No, Dad, I think we should go this way"?
Oh, definitely. But a lot of times we'll actually, we'll watch practice or whatever from different places, and we'll come back to the trailer and say the same exact thing to change on the car. So it's kind of funny, but we agree for the most part.
Well, of course, he did the same thing you did, watching his famous father, your grandfather, the great Boston Louie, who won so many races in midgets and sprint cars. So you come from a great line, a great bloodline of racing. Oh yeah,
just trying to keep it going.
So talk about this experience that you guys had in Indiana. There was quite an upset that went down not too long ago.
Yeah, it'd been in the works for about a year. We were going to go there with Lou Ciccone driving, and he really got us pumped up to do it. So I started probably in July or August, started working on the car, getting it ready, and then he had some other conflicts, and he couldn't do it probably 2 weeks before the race. And we talked to Ken Schrader because he wanted to do it, and he couldn't do it either. So Anthony kept coming down to the shop, and it was looking at the car and stuff, and we figured, well, we better call Anthony up because we know he can do pretty well. But we didn't think when we were doing it, we didn't think we'd win the race. We just wanted to go out there, have fun, learn, maybe come back the next year and have a good run. And just to win the first night out was just incredible.
Yeah, amazing. And really helps put you on the map, I'm sure. You opened a lot of eyes out there.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anybody out there really knew who Anthony Nocella was the first night. And just after that, everybody knew. So it was special.
You guys have made a great combination. I know Anthony's kind of moved on to running the modified series, but you mentioned Alex Bright going to jump in the car for you, and you've had Bobby Santos in the past, and you guys like to put young talent, sort of up-and-coming talent, behind the wheel of your race cars.
Yeah, we just they all make us look better, so just being able to work with them, I think, helps me and helps my father and all that. So the more we can do that, the better we are.
And you guys are running some dirt now. That's a whole new experience.
Yeah, it was just something we decided to do last year because we figured it'd be pretty fun with Anthony, and we ran probably 13 races maybe, I think. And this year I think we're going to do a lot more than that.
So what about the setups? That's something all new for you to learn.
Yeah, it's real different than the pavement deal. It's more forgiving, I've found, but I don't know. I like it probably just as much, if not more, than the pavement deal. It's just so much more to change, and tire compounds and shocks and springs and torsion bars, everything to change on the car. You change maybe 5 things before the feature instead of moving the right rear out a 1/4 inch before the feature. It's just a lot more changes. I like it a little bit better.
So what about Matt Seymour as a driver? Is the helmet hung up?
I don't know. I'd like to probably drive one of these cars someday, but right now I'm just learning how to work on them and just trying to do that right now.
Well, I understand, though, you are teaching some driving with the first turn midget driving experience. You're the lead driver as far as that goes, right?
Yeah, we started doing that last year at the end of the year, and we did a school or two, and I don't know, I probably got a few hundred laps around Star Speedway now, so we'll probably keep doing that and see how that goes.
What are the plans for 2015?
We're going to run a lot of dirt midget races and probably some more different drivers, maybe Alex and Anthony and Scott Dool and Matt Swanson, and probably run some pavement races, and hopefully we'll be back at Fort Wayne.
Running both on the dirt and then the NEMA series, both divisions of NEMA?
We'll see. We're not really sure what we're doing right now. We'll see how the year starts off. We're leaving Monday morning to go to Florida. We're running 3 nights down there in Jacksonville, so we'll see. Who's
driving for you in Florida?
Anthony's going to run that race. There's a big 4/10 mile oval in Lake City, so there's supposed to be like 30 cars going down to that, and we'll see how that goes and move on from there.
And you'll field a card with the this exciting new division of midgets coming to the Northeast, the Wicked Cool Midgets.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We don't have a pavement car right now, but we're probably gonna build one, and not really sure what we're gonna do with that yet. But we're gonna concentrate on the dirt deal and then keep going.
So you'll be busy.
Oh yeah.
So no going off and enjoying yourself on school vacation. You'll be in the shop.
No, I don't think the teachers like that, but I've been missing school so far to go racing, but we're going to keep doing it.
And I bet when you get back to school on Monday, everybody wants to know how you did over the weekend, right?
Yeah, everyone's always asking, but I can't tell the teachers I'm always sick on Fridays.
The truth comes out. You heard it here. As Matt Seymour calls in sick on Friday, but ends up at the racetrack. But the best part is that he'll usually win when he does that, right?
I will try. I don't know, though.
All right. Well, best of luck to you and the rest of the family in 2015. You guys have put on a great show here for Racers Expo 2015, and now it's back to the shop.
Thank you. Yep.
All right. Matt Seymour, thank you very much.
Well, Matt has grown up quite a bit. We knew him when he was a little kid racing quarter midgets, and now he's a young man being a crew chief, and I'm sure he'll be a driver as long as Mom lets up a little bit. She's dead set against that, but we'll change her mind. And Anthony Nacella, who they have driving for them quite a bit, according to Race Day CT, he just got a tour ride. Ron Uhas is sitting out this year. He was hurt last year, and I'm not sure why he's sitting a year out, but Anthony's going to fill in for him. I think it's the number 6 tour ride. We hope to see the tracks open up on time. Thompson's Icebreaker is April 12th. And just to give you a perspective, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats baseball team here opens up in 1 month, April 10th, and they have 1.5 feet of snow on the field. You know, they have an excavator out there and a dump truck, and they're trying to clear the field off. But we'll get some warm weather, and that'll be it. It'll all melt soon. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.